Hey everyone, so in today's video I'm going to be doing a quick review as well as a demo of a couple of new brow products from Cosmetics. So they actually sent me the fine liner brow pencil as well as the brow cream that they came out with. They're actually the only brow products I took with me when I went to Portland last weekend for my birthday, and that is a pretty big risk I took. I didn't really realize it until I got there. When I looked at my makeup bag, I was like, wait, this is all I have, so I hope this works out. So anyway, if the demo ends up being helpful, definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and that way I know. And then I hope that you'll subscribe if the video is helpful, and we will just jump right in. So they recently launched a brow ID collection. So the collection is supposed to be brow products for every single brow type, brow tone, brow style. So I really like that idea. They sent me the deep taupe shade as well as the brunette, and both the brow gel and the brow pencil. So I'll insert swatches here so you can kind of get an idea of what the colors look like. Me personally, I find that the brunette shades definitely work better for my eyebrows because it's not too warm, but it definitely has a little bit of a softer look in the brows, which I really like personally. So let's talk about what I look for in a brow product real quick. So I definitely have decent brows, right? I don't have a ton of sparse areas. They're a little bit thicker, but personally, I'm looking for something that is going to give me a lot of control. In a brow pencil, I really want to be able to achieve hair-like strokes, and I don't want the product to be ultra creamy, but I also don't want it to be too waxy, and I don't want there to not be enough pigment to the actual brow product. Ultimately, it definitely needs to be precise enough, and I need it to last. As for a brow cream, I actually like a couple of different brow products for different occasions. Whereas I'm a lot more stricter with what I like in a brow pencil, I find that I like different gels for different occasions. One, I like products like the Milk Kush Brow Gel because that gives me a lot of volume and color to my brows so that I don't need to necessarily go in with a pencil. I can just run that through my brows and then be out the door. But if I'm going in with a pencil, I don't like to use a product like the Milk Kush or anything with a lot of pigment, because then I find that my brows are just a little bit too much and it looks a little bit less natural. If I'm going in with a pencil, I actually much prefer something with a little bit less pigment, something that's just going to kind of start with the fine liner brow pencil. Like I said before, I'm wearing the shade Brunette in my eyebrows today, and products like the Anastasia Brow Wiz, they have such a fine tip so that you're able to get, again, those hair-like strokes that ultimately let your eyebrows look a lot more natural. And with a light hand, it really can end up looking like you don't have a lot of brow product in your brows, period. So I'm happy to report that this tip is really, really nice. It actually reminds me a lot of the new Kat Von D brow liner. This also has a more oval shape to it. So whereas with something like the Brow Wiz, you have a fine point that just kind of goes like this. With the Cosmetics, because it's an oval, you're able to kind of lay it on its side and get a lot more width to it. So for example, if you're looking to just quickly go under the brow, definitely makes it easier and quicker to just line right under here very quickly. But again, if you wanted those hair-like strokes, you can actually flip it the other way and get very, very thin brow-like strokes. You actually get a lot more precision with a product like this than you would like the Anastasia Brow Wiz because of that duality. I will say that there is a little bit of a learning curve because with something like this, though I have definitely just quickly done my brows, I do find that to get the best result, you should be taking advantage of the actual tip. For example, if you were to just hold it on its side, I guess, where the width is the longest, and then just go in for brow hairs, it's probably not going to be as precise. So I don't necessarily think this is the best for, say, beginners that haven't used brow products before. But if you're used to doing your brows, you love your brows to look super, super natural, and you really want a lot of control, I do recommend this product. And I personally have found that I'm just going a lot lighter with my eyebrows. Not necessarily like less defined, but I find when I wear this, I'm using a lot less product than I normally would. For example, I do find that when I'm doing my eyebrows, a lot of the times with a brow pencil, I'll go in, get a lot of those brow-like strokes, and then have to really work the product out. But with this, I find that I don't need to blend as much because I'm already getting the accuracy that I want. So let's jump into the Micro Sculpting Brow Cream. So at first I was a little bit wishy-washy about this product, and it's because in general, my eyebrow hairs are pretty long, which makes them a little bit more difficult to manage. And in general, I find that with brow creams, if they're too messy or if they really exaggerate how long my eyebrow hairs are, then I'm not really going to prefer them as much. Now, you could easily say, Amanda, just trim your eyebrow hairs. Point taken. I just kind of like the way that my eyebrows are naturally, and I like that my hairs are a little bit longer. So anyway, I find in conjunction with the brow pencil, this really gives me a beautiful feathery natural look. The actual applicator is very long here, and you can see from here all the way to the end, it is pretty long, which is great because if you want to be very, very soft and only apply a little bit of product, and with some brow products, you only have so much length to the actual applicator. So just like with painting or with a pencil, the closer that you hold your hand to the actual edge of the product, you're going to put more force into it and more pressure. I actually really like that it has that you can hold the applicator out here and just get a very soft amount of product into the eyebrows. I have to say, like, that sort of attention to detail, once I started using the product, really blew me away. Because right, this is a brow pencil, and it's kind of the same reason that the oval shape to this product made this stand out to me. Because the market is so saturated, you need these little touches to really distinguish yourself and differentiate yourself from other products. The actual spoolie to the end of the product is very, very, very thin, and the bristles themselves are super short. So it kind of combines the short bristles with length, so you're not getting too much brow product in one area. I think the actual texture of the product works really well with the spoolie that they chose. They do say that there are fibers in here. I don't necessarily find that it is ultra lengthening to my eyebrow hairs or anything like that. If you're looking for a very soft hold and really just something that's more there for featheriness and like a little bit of color, I definitely recommend these. If you're looking for something to be more like a one and done product and you have very sparse eyebrows, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this. I think this works better in conjunction with a brow pencil, or in general, I just feel like this is a great texturizer. Not necessarily great for adding a lot of color at once. But like I said before, I need different brow gels for different brow looks. Overall, I just love how soft and natural my eyebrows look whenever I wear this brow cream. And I have tried this brow cream in conjunction with other brow pencils to kind of see if it was just the brow pencil giving me the natural look. The brow cream in itself definitely helps soften the brows. I will say that when you're an indie brand and you're competing with brands like Anastasia, you have to bring something different to the table, like I was saying before. Again, these aren't super cheap products, but you can tell that they're not. There's definitely attention to detail that I've noticed while using these products. And definitely make sure to leave any questions about the brow products down below. You guys are always asking me about how does one product compare to another? Can you offer swatches? If you guys ever have questions about any of these products, definitely follow me on Instagram, because people are messaging me all the time asking for swatches, just kind of see what product's gonna work better for them. Definitely make sure to follow me on Instagram, because I'm always happy to help on there. And of course, subscribe if you aren't already, and I will hopefully see you in my next one.